Well, that's way worse than what I thought. That's not going to buff out. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So we're going to get this 393 out of Casper. This junk is toast. As you've seen, I tried to move the camshaft. It is completely seized up inside there. So we're going to start pulling this engine out. And the thing about it is, I'm going to have to actually pull the engine and transmission out together because the engine is locked up, so that I can remove the engine from the transmission. Because I can't turn the engine over, I can't undo the flex plate bolts, which you would normally do. So motor and trans is coming out together. Get the headers out of here and start cleaning all of this up. Try to lighten it up and make way for mixed up boss. So let's get to it. Well, the first thing we've got to do is drain the fluids out of the engine and the transmission back air. Take the motor mount bolts out of both sides, transmission cross member, and then this thing will be pretty much ready to come out. The interesting part is the engine oil looks really clear because I changed the oil before we headed to see Uncle Tony. It doesn't look like it has any metal particles in it, which is weird. Alright, so now we get to do the dirty work. You know, Uncle Tony says embrace the suck. Yeah, this is the suck part of working on stuff that's been blown up. There's oil everywhere underneath here. I don't think this truck will ever rust, but that's besides the point. So get started on taking the drive shaft out. Try to do this with my screw gun. Another thing I'm going to talk about is, you see I'm wearing safety glasses. Years ago I learned a valuable lesson about working on old stuff. Underneath it, not having my safety glasses on, had a piece of rust get in my eye and scratched it all up and had to go to the emergency room. So yeah, from then on I always wear safety glasses when working on stuff, whether I think I'm going to need them or not. Now, I have done stupid things and done it where I didn't have to, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to it with that. See if I take the tension off. On a side note, when we moved houses, moved into this new place, I did go get some new tools. I got some Ryobi screw guns and impact. I've had them all. I've had DeWalt, Milwaukee, Craftsman, and these seem to be doing really good. It's a good product. Let's see if I can get a wrench on the backside here. Yeah, this is not the fun part about working on a car, is taking old junk out. It can be, but for me it's about the new creation. It goes back in. That's when I start getting excited. But you got to go through the tunnel to get to the other side. Another thing about this truck is when I built it, originally I put the best parts in it that I could afford at that time. They're really good parts. Now, are they the best? Probably not, but have a Denny's drive shaft in it. It's a Nitra series with 1350 joints and these super cool billet straps to hold the U-joints in place. You notice one thing that's unique about this truck is, which is common to trucks, is has a bolt-on yoke instead of the typical car slip yoke. I stayed with that thinking that it would be faster or a stronger deal, but yeah, who knows. Cross member bolts loose. Fun. Get on the amp. Another thing I always do is when I take nuts and bolts out, I always put the nut and the bolt together. That way when I lose one, I lose everything. Just so you know. I try to keep up with everything. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Well, you can see that it is free and it is coming out. Look at that massive hole right there. Yeah, nothing but shrapnel in there. So I'm gonna get this thing the rest of the way out, and then we're gonna take a look underneath the pan. Okay, we got this junk out, and before I do anything with it, yeah, look at that. So I'm going to pull the pan off, or try to do it one-handed. I don't know if I can. Yeah, let me get this pan off and then we'll take a look and see what's inside, because it is bad. There is no mistake about it. You come over here and look at this side of the block, cracked, busted out here. I actually had to take a dolly and hit it just to get the oil pan bolts out. So it is destroyed. Well, as you can see, this is the remnants of the piston in number 7. Look like it broke right there. The pin is still free, but it busted the skirt off the piston. And you can see it's a moly piston there. The crazy part is, like I said, this break in the block right here, but it busted the side of the main cap off. Now, it probably did that the second time that we tried to crank it up and drive it. I don't really know. But you can look here. It's not blue from heat. So I really have no idea what happened. And if you look up in there, you can actually see a bit of the rod cap wedged in that skirt on that piston there. So yeah. Oh wow, there's the rod cap. The bottom half, you can see it, and it's wedged up against the cam. That's why the cam won't turn. I don't know if you can see that great, but so I'm tired. I've been working on this thing a good bit this morning. So here it is. This is the destruction of the 393. I was kind of excited to see it because it's been such a long time. So now that we know what happened, I will say that I am going to take the transmission apart and go through it, because it's been my experience that every time you have a major engine failure, chances are it can do stuff to the pump and the transmission and do other stuff. Plus, I want to put new clutches in it to make sure that it can at least have a fighting chance with mixed up balls. So yeah, you gotta love that. But anyways, this is Andy from Unity Motorsports Garage, and until next time, I'll catch you later.